are you? It's Travis here, and welcome back to our adventures in Azeroth. Today, we are at the Ironforge Library, guys, and we are going to pick up the quest Mythology of the Titans.
Inevitable. We hurl ourselves towards it like falling raindrops to the Great Sea. But perhaps, by studying the past, we can know what to expect and be better prepared for the unknown. Before dire troubles fell upon Norderon, there was a bastion of knowledge tucked away in the Tirisfal glades. It is rumored that a book called Mythology of the Titans was housed in the library of the old monastery. Bring it to me, and perhaps together we can unlock the secrets of the past.
There we go. So we can get that book inside of the library.
Nothing that irks me more than losing these here beautiful horses.
We get into a group
We've lost
eventually.
quite a few between them pesky undead creeps, the dang syndicate gang, and all the other good-for-nothing scoundrels poking about these parts. But I swear on my old granddaddy's grave, there ain't no bigger menace to our horses here than them mountain lions up in Alterac. Always coming down from the hills and making my life difficult. You fancy yourself a hero? Go and do something about it then.
All right, there we go. So we got some quests to do here in South Shore. That's going to be the plan for today. I'm going to take down some Murlocs. Maybe we'll deal with the Lions and with Syndicate Thieves to the north eventually. Had fun last episode with the Mage Cleave group. Spell Cleave group. That was pretty fun. Hopefully we can do it again. Got a few pretty good pieces as well. We got this chest piece, Iron Spine's Ribcage, 6 strength, 3 agi, 17 stam. I enchanted it with plus 25 health. And we also, I think we got these bracers, 5 strength, 5 stam. I enchanted these with plus 3 stam. The Renegade Bracers of the Bear. And then we got this neck piece, the Thallium Choker of the Owl, 5 intellect, 4 spirit. So pretty good dungeon run. I have another item in the bag, or bags that we got, called Orb of the Forgotten Seer. Increases damage and healing done by magical spells and effects by up to 12. Not bad. I think maybe we should probably just use the Eye of Paleth, because it increases healing spells by 13. That would probably be better for healing. So maybe we'll get rid of this. But not a bad run. We've got a decent amount of XP as well. We got level 33. One more level and we can start the quest to get the Bonebiter Axe. We just have to have a chat here with somebody in South Shore to start it, I believe. Wonder if we'll pull a bunch here if I pull this Tide Hunter. Looks like we're okay. I hope you guys are doing well today. Doing pretty good. Heard some news about Steam. They supposedly beat their all-time user record. All-time users that are all on at one time. And they got to 41,816,000 users all on at once. It's quite a bit. So Steam is clearly growing. More people are, getting into PC gaming and playing on Steam. Probably another reason for consoles to start incorporating Steam onto their consoles, or allowing players to access Steam. They're playing on console. I know Microsoft's going to be doing that with their next Xbox, which is pretty much just going to be a personal computer. And supposedly Black Ops 7 isn't doing too well. Supposedly it hit record lows of 43K players playing at once. Just quite a few, but I guess they're used to having more than 100K. Supposedly got overtaken by VR Chat and Dead by Daylight. But I think the reason why that game is probably not doing so well is because of Arc Raiders. There's just a lot of competition nowadays. It's not only just Arc Raiders, right? There's also Battlefield 6. And the classics like Counter-Strike. It's a lot of options with FPS. And then you have all of the other FPS games as well. Like Apex Legends and Fortnite. And many more. Rainbow Six Siege. Like, there's just so many to choose from nowadays. Let's get our water here. Wonder if we'll get a golden pearl today, guys. Might get lucky. That's good. We'll get some more clam meat. Get rid of this oracle here. It's going to be great when we actually get to get a might buff that is actually doesn't just last 5 minutes. We'll probably get that when the TBC pre-patch comes out on the 14th. Which is pretty soon, actually. It's like only a couple weeks away, less than a few weeks, 2 weeks. Looking forward to that. We'll be officially in TBC. Be interesting playing a class that doesn't get their mount for free right now. Like, you probably wouldn't buy your mount even if you're level 40 right now, because, you know, it's going to decrease in price by, you know, quite a bit when TBC comes out. I assume a lot of people are probably just going to wait until then to buy their mount. And also bank slots. Bank slots are going to be much cheaper as well. Some people might even just be waiting to level when the pre-patch comes out. I'll get a food buff here. Need some crab cake, get 4 stam, 4 spirits. And I wonder what they'll do after... I have a feeling they'll probably end this anniversary event probably after Wrath of the Lich King. And I wonder what they'll do with the next one. So they'll probably just do it again. I have a feeling we'll probably see a graphics overhaul for Classic. I'm not too sure how well that would do. But I think a lot of people would check it out. Like an updated graphics version of Classic WoW. That'd probably be in 3 years. Almost 3 years. Because I believe TBC will be out for like a year and... Be like 2.5 to 3 years. Like a year and 3 months we'll have TBC, and probably the same for Wrath of the Lich King. don't have any more food. And I think we'll probably see like a version like that, because they were going to come out with a version with an updated graphics for Turtle WoW, but Blizzard got that shut down pretty damn quick. Be interesting to see what WoW would look like with a graphics overhaul like that, or just on a different engine, because it would look even better than retail WoW. Retail WoW looks pretty good for the most part. Like it's the most they can do with this current engine is what retail WoW is. I think it would be cool. I would check it out. It would be like a kind of like a refreshing way to play vanilla, because this would be the third time now that people are playing the trilogy over again, right? Because it started in 2019, and that version of Classic is still going right now. It's in Mists of Pandaria, and then they started this. They started doing like different seasons, like Season of Mastery and Season of Discovery. And then they did this version here, which is Classic Anniversary, which is pretty much just Classic done all over again. It's just a sped up a bit though. Content's a little bit is coming out a little bit faster than it did back in 2019. Season of Mastery was pretty much the same as original Classic, but the raids had extra mechanics, making it a little bit more challenging. And then Season of Discovery was like a complete overhaul of like talents and all this stuff, where you could like go out in the world and, you know, hunt down, like search for like different abilities and stuff. It was pretty cool. I think out of all the versions that new versions they've added, Season of Discovery was pretty damn awesome. I really enjoyed it, especially Phase 1. Played a Warlock during that. And they turned dungeons into raids in Season of Discovery, which is cool. Like Black Fathom Deeps was like a mini raid. I think it was like a 10-man. Yeah, like 10-man mini raids. And then Nomergon became a raid. I checked that out. And then they did Sunken Temple. And I think that was it. For like dungeons that turned into raids. And then they had like new raids. Like Karazhan Crypts. And then this Scarlet Crusader. It's like Scarlet Crusader raid that they made. I never checked it out. Or I didn't check out Karazhan Crypts either. They still have the Season of Discovery servers up, though. You can check them out if you want to. It has the lowest player population, though, at the moment. So it is kind of hard to find like a raid group, but there is a small community playing it. Probably makes them question if they should even do, you know, I forget what they would call it, Classic Plus. You know, if not many people are even playing Season of Discovery, should Blizzard do a Classic Plus? Because Season of Discovery is pretty much Classic Plus. But I guess it's like too... Maybe the abilities were too strong. I think they had it right in it. in phase 1. You got like a few new abilities, and that was it. So it still felt like vanilla. But as the phases went on, and we started collecting more and more abilities, I don't want to say it felt like retail, but your characters became pretty damn overpowered, and you kind of felt like, Wrath of Lich King characters playing vanilla. Because that's where many of the abilities came from. A lot of them came from Wrath of Lich King. Just need 2 more heads here. Glimmering Flameburge of the Whale. Probably not going to disenchant. It only has a disenchant value of 22 silver, so we will vendor it for 68 silver instead. Has 8 spirit, 8 stam, 21.7 damage per second. Not the greatest two-handed weapon there. Let's see what we can do here. Not the only one. Hunting down Murlocs here. And getting to move now. Stun him. Nice. Yeah, I'm looking forward to trying tanking when we hit level 40 and get dual spec. Wonder if we get dual spec earlier now in TBC. Wonder if they'll drop it to level 30 like how mounts are. Because dual spec wasn't really a thing in TBC. Like even back in the 2021, 2022 version of TBC, they didn't have dual spec because it came out during Wrath of Lich King. So I wonder if they'll drop the level requirement on it. I hope they do. Because mounts you can get at 30 in TBC, so I guess you should be able to get dual spec as well. And I wonder if they'll drop the gold price for dual spec. It's currently 50 gold. Maybe then we'll wait. Probably not, though. We haven't more than enough gold. I probably won't wait. We'll just buy it. We have enough gold for it. It's not really that big of a deal. Okay, so we're done with the Murloc heads, guys. We're going to head back to South Shore. And then maybe we'll go smack some turtles. Oh, look at that. It's a shaman. Should we fight this guy? You want to fight? Fight? Let's fight. Okay, he's just spelling me. War Stomp. Nice job. I'm going to save... It's a good time to stun him here. We can finish him off. Oh, he's dead. Sorry, pal. Sorry, Jalfred. I'm not really sorry, but it is what it is, right? Like, I don't know. It's a PvP server. It's an RP server as well now. We joined an RP guild. And we got the total RP add-on going. I also got this other add-on called, I forget what it's called. It's called, like, Guild Roster Manager. I have to sync it with somebody in the guild. And, it just makes, like, setting up events and stuff like that easier for guilds, I guess. I've never used it before. But I'll show you guys total RP3 here in a second.
You need something?
Did you guys get those heads for me?
Oh, for the love of the light. They're dripping on the ground. Can't stand touching those things myself. Fish are all well and good, but when they grow legs and start walking around, haven't eaten a fish in weeks, let me tell you. And in South Shore, that means you aren't eating much. You know, adventurer, I'd really rather not take these heads. Since you've already got a handle on them, would you mind delivering them to Redpath for me? Be careful. Farron's errand boy, are you? If you assisted Farron in procuring these heads, then thank you. South Shore needs hard workers and effort to maintain its protection. Please inform Lieutenant Orinel that I would like him to refocus his efforts on the Naga infesting the Eastern Strand. When he has results, tell him to report to me in person. Crush Ridge Ogres have dug an ogre mound up in the Naga, huh? Redpath must have just received the same information as me. Ha! He'll not receive a promotion from my toil. Let me explain. My former mentor in the Stormwind City Guard sent a message to me that Alliance High Command is becoming concerned with the threat posed by the Naga. From what he's heard, there's good chances for promotion, or at least reassignment, for anyone who proves valuable in this regard. There's just one small problem. I can't handle the Naga, adventurer. Oh, sure, I could break up a drunken barroom brawl or haul off a belligerent beggar, but the Naga are too much for me. You've got to help me, adventurer.
Not much of a fighter, this Farron guy. But yeah, back to Total RP3. It's an interesting little add-on. So what it does is you can give your character a little bit of like a profile and a backstory. So here's ours. I haven't really set it up, but you can have like an age, eye color, height, residence, like Hillsbrad Foothills is where our residence is. And then you can add like personality traits, like it's more chaotic, more lawful. I guess we're a paladin, so it'll be like lawful. Are you forgiving or vindictive? I guess we'll say we're forgiving somewhat. Maybe we'll be like 50-50 on that. And you can like show kind of like what your character's like, and like someone can look it up if they come across you. Like you can hover over them, and if they have the add-on, it'll tell you about them. And then if you meet people with the add-on, a directory will come up of like other characters that you've met in the world, and you could check out their profiles and what they're all about. You can add like your nickname, your motto. There's also like you can have like a story as well, like an about, like a description about your character, a little backstory about yourself. And everybody can have this, and then it adds to the RP element of the game. Now, for this server, it's probably not going to be that great. Most people don't do RP on this server. It's a PvP server, right? But since the RP community doesn't really have an RP server for you can get one, then I guess they just have to make do with this server. I would assume there'd probably be more people RPing on Dreamscythe, the PvE server, but who knows. But it's a cool little add-on. I've done a couple playthroughs where I played with it. I think the Dwarf Hunter is one. Trap and Trav. We joined like a Dwarven RP guild and messed around with the add-on, gave my character a backstory. Did a little bit of that with the Draenei Shaman as well on TBC. But I think the most I've done RP is with that Dwarven Hunter, Trap and Trav. It was fun. I enjoyed it. We went on a little RP event. It was cool. Maybe we'll check it out. We'll see what this guild does with their RP. Maybe we'll go to one of their events or meetings, see what it's all about. So we got the Flesh Piercer here. It's a dagger, 15.2 damage per second. Wounds the target, causing them to bleed for 30 damage over 30 seconds. We will disenchant it. Get some more enchanting materials. Got some soul dust. Nice. We need a lot of that to level up our enchanting. And Infiltrator Boots of Wrath. Plus 13 nature spell damage. 68 armor, leather boots. Guess those are kind of decent for like a shaman. Or a druid. Mostly shaman. I think shamans do more nature damage than druids. Where'd those boots go? Please. There we go. I think we already disenchanted them. I also want to go to Stranglethorn Vale for an episode, guys. We have like some quests to turn in there. And it's also a great place to get meat for food, to level up your cooking. You can get a lot of raptor meat there. That helps with leveling up your cooking by quite a bit. So we might head over there for a quest or two. We also have a quest to turn in down there from Nomergon. Maybe we'll go there next episode, or maybe we will continue to quest here, or maybe we'll do another dungeon run in Scarlet Monastery. We can handle 2 sirens. Hitting these Naga pretty hard. I didn't really understand this part, though. The add-on, the Guild Boob _ Classic Era plus TBD widgets. I think that might be like an add-on for Guild Roster Manager. Try to figure that out later. But Grobulus had more of an RP community. It was an RP PvP server. Like, you would see, like, dwarves RPing in Ironforge when you would run through Ironforge. It's pretty interesting. You don't really see that on Nightslayer at all. I think it just adds to the game. I think RP is kind of cool for that. I like servers that have everything. You know, that's why I prefer playing on PvP servers, because it does add another element to the game that is sometimes enjoyable, but it's sometimes not very enjoyable either if you're getting, you know, camped. But I don't mind the odd PvP skirmish out in the open world. Even if I'm on the, you know, the side where I get killed. And that's why I think RP servers are kind of cool too, because it just adds another element to the game. It makes it, you know, a little bit more interesting. So we'll get a little food buff here. We'll have some Gortus liver pie. Get ourselves another 4 stam, 4 spirit buff. I need to start using these food buffs more. They're taking up quite a bit of bag space. What's this debuff? Deafening Screech, can't cast spells. And it wouldn't be too bad if they did it. You know what I mean? If they did a classic version with updated graphics, because you would still have another like version to play with the old school style if you just hate, you know, the updated graphics version. Because you could always just go to classic era, right? And just play that version of the game. Which a lot of people already do prefer. Like a lot of people from Anniversary that don't really like TBC will probably just take their characters to Anniversary and play there. I'm taking my mage over to Classic Era in a week from now. I'm going to transfer him over. I'm just waiting to see how the prices of Titan's Flasks and Flasks of Supreme Power are doing. They've gone up, actually. I checked today. They were like under 50 gold, and they've gone to like 60. I think it's because a lot of people are now extraing probably for the new year. I'm hoping they go down again. But we'll see what happens. I'll be buying them up regardless. I'll probably spend quite a bit of coin on flasks. I think that's what people are doing, though. A lot of people are buying up a bunch and just going to Era. Probably should have... If they drop to a certain price, I should probably just be buying them up. Instead of just waiting. And then the last day I just buy them and then they've all gone up. Like, maybe, you know, by quite a bit. Maybe waiting's a terrible idea. If everyone's thinking the way I am. I'll disenchant this. It's another Flesh Piercer dagger. Yeah, I should probably start buying them up slowly. I want to go with around 2k gold worth of, you know, Flasks of Supreme Power and Titan's Flasks. And then I could sell those there and make around like 5x how much I spent. So probably we'll have like 10k on that server now. Should be pretty good. You have like, you know, between 5 to 10k, that should get you into a GDKP, because at least you have, you know, not only decent gear for the raid, but you also have some coin to buy an item if anything drops. That's usually what they're looking for. When people are running GDKPs. You can have a few characters that are like complete carries that are, you know, they don't really have good gear at all. Like maybe 5. But usually those characters have to bring quite a bit of gold to come. And then the rest is like a mix of like they have like at least, I don't know, 5k gold and even 2k gold. They also have, you know, decent gears. So they're not, you know, getting carried through the raid. So maybe we'll be doing raids on the mage again soon. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Only pulled 2. I get blown up here. I think we got decent heals. Just gotta make sure no one gets healed here. That'll be something I do, like, I'll mostly be playing the mage. Probably, I mean, we'll mostly be playing the Paladin. I'll be playing the Mage, like, off and on, maybe. We'll see. I don't know if I'll do a Nax right away. Maybe we'll do, like, a Blackwing Lair or something like that. Just to see what it's like. Be fun to do a Nax, though. The runs would probably be pretty cool. The raids are usually stacked with warriors. So, they tend to be pretty damn quick. These guys are flying through the raids. From what I've seen. And it's not just GDKPs on that server. There's also guilds you can join that, you know, have loot councils and stuff like that. So if GDKP's not really your thing, you can always just acquire loot that way. But you kind of have to GDKP on that server. Well, you don't have to, but if you don't, you're going to be paying. If you think the prices are bad here for consumables, I think some of them are kind of the same, but it's more expensive on the other server. Or on the Classic Era server that we're transferring to. So GDKP is kind of like a standard way to make gold. Since everything is so, you know, inflated. But I'm not anti-GDKP. I think if the game's not, you know, doing anything about bots, then GDKP is like really the only answer to it. But in like a perfect world, if there was no bots, you know, or cheating, then I wouldn't really care if GDKP was banned. It wouldn't really matter. Because items wouldn't cost as much. Because there would be less gold on the server, right? You wouldn't have bots farming 24/7. Sirens do a lot of damage. This will be the last two. We should probably heal. Don't have Hodge either. He's gonna run out of mana though. I think we're okay. And I've been watching a little bit of the World Juniors hockey tournament. It's like an under 21 years old hockey tournament. Canadians like watching it. It's pretty popular up here in Canada. I know down in the States it's not that popular. It's currently in the States. It's in Minnesota. And not many people show up to the games unless USA's playing. Well, that's fine. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Minnesota is considered to be a hockey state, though, so I'm kind of surprised. They have, like, these high school tournaments down there that are pretty popular in Minnesota. Like, high school hockey, I've heard, is really popular in that state. But yeah, Canada's doing all right. I'm going to watch them play against Czechia tonight. And if they win, they go to the gold medal game. I think Finland's playing Sweden right now. That's a pretty serious rivalry right there. Sort of like Canada, USA. Kind of reminds me of that. a friendly rivalry. Yeah, right. That's how I look at it. A brotherly rivalry. It's a little different, though. Finland doesn't border Sweden, but they're pretty damn close, right? And yeah, the U.S., they got knocked out by Sweden. The U.S. has done pretty well in the last 2 years. They won gold twice. So they lost their winning streak this year. Finland beat them in overtime. Pretty good game. Canada's due to win again. This Canadian team is pretty good, so they're really trying to win this year. It's not the best team they could make, because a lot of the other younger players are in the NHL already, like Celebrini and Senek and many other players. But it's a pretty damn good team. It's one of the better teams that they've got going in the last few years. Just think we need this guy. Give him a buff. Just need one more. Is there a dagger spine up there? I'll go up there eventually. Probably find one running back. I should probably just do that. Oh, there's one.
With the Naga put down in South Shore, I'll be a shoo-in to be reassigned. I'll get to see Stormwind again, get away from this light-forsaken port. It shouldn't be a problem getting my report seen. The new captain of the guard, Major Samuelson, was my mentor while I was stationed in Stormwind. It should give him more than enough excuse to have me transferred back to the city. I'll need you to carry my report to him, though. Wouldn't want old Redpath to catch on.
You have to do pretty much everything for this guy, man. He just sits at the bar and drinks beer all day.
You need something?
Okay, we'll vendor this. Fish gutter. Kind of a cool axe. Is that a one-hander? Yeah. I think we can use one-handed axes, can't we? It has 5 spirit on it, too, which is kind of cool. Might actually work well with this one-handed axe is at. Yeah, we can use them. They're at level 1, though. We have to level them up. How's our two-handed axe skill? It's pretty good. It's almost maxed out. At 159. We could use that with this Eye of Paleth. Gives us 13 healing power, plus 5 spirit versus Varigan's Fist. 6 intellect, 7 stam, 12 spirit, and then we have like fiery weapon and we can hit pretty damn. I still think Varigan's Fist is a better choice. You need better stats on the single-handed weapon. We need more than 5 spirit. We need like at least 6 to 7 intellect to make it worth it.
See you later.
There we go, guys. That is going to be the end of today's episode. We completed the Lieutenant Farinell quest chain. Next episode, we'll either start it down here in Booty Bay, and we'll check out Stranglethorn Vale, or we'll continue questing here in South Shore. Maybe we'll take down some Mountain Lions and some Syndicate Thieves, or we'll head up to Scarlet Monastery and probably check out Scarlet Monastery Library. We have a lot of options. Probably go down to Stranglethorn Vale if I can't find a group for Scarlet Monastery. But that is going to be the end. Today's episode, as always. Thanks for watching. Keep your heads up. Later.